I, for example, am a different generation to my grandparents and my parents. And sometimes because of that, we have a gap in our understanding and things like that. So that's what this topic is all about. So I would like you to please introduce yourself and then answer the question, do you ever have difficulty understanding what your parents say? Hello, Tam.
Hello, Miss Emma. My name is Pam. I'm now living in Ho Chi Minh City. Nice to meet all of you.
Good. And our question today?
Yes, I rarely have difficulty understanding what my parents say. I think because we are talking with each other a lot, so maybe we have a small gap.
That's right, yeah. If you know them as people, sometimes it doesn't matter. Good. Thank you. Hello, Lloyd. Hello, Lloyd. Can you hear me? Lloyd?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. My name is Lai. I live in Mekong Delta in Vietnam. Now I am 27 years old. I am a farmer, super farmer. My hobbies are playing football with my friends, hanging out with my friends, going fishing. Sometimes if I have more free time, I will invite my friends to travel to some new places.
Good.
Nice
And
to
our
meet all of
question,
you.
yeah. Good. And our question today?
Yes. No, I don't. I think I have my parents, my grandparents, and I get along well with each other.
Okay, good. Thank you. Tuan?
Yes, teacher. Good morning, teacher, and everyone in the class. My name is Tuan. I'm 21 years old. My name, I'm sorry, I am a student, and I come from Haiphong City. Nice to meet you.
Great. And our question today?
Yes, teacher. I do because I think it is very difficult for me and my parents to talk and communicate more because I think sometimes they don't know my feelings and my opinions, so I think it is very difficult for us to understand each other.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello, Hang. Hang. Hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Emma. I'm Hằng. I'm living in Hanoi. I'm 34 years old. Regarding the questions, I think I rarely have difficulty understanding my parents say, even though they live far from me. My parents are living in Haiphong, which is 100 kilometers far from my place. Because I understand my parents from the heart, and I often talk with them via telephone, so I can understand them very well.
Good. Excellent. Thank you, Hang. Yes, I think it depends. I think it depends maybe sometimes how old we are and then how old our parents are. But it depends. It depends if people are more traditional, and then maybe we are not. I think it really depends on a lot of different things. Moving on now, we've got a good picture. I love this picture. I want you to tell me, what do you think about this picture? Is it something that do you see this yourself? This is a picture from America, I think. That newspaper says Boston on it. Does this happen in Vietnam as well? Or I think, although I do think that most people nowadays do have electronic devices, however, what do you think? Is it true? What are your thoughts? I'm going to start with Tuan.
Yes, teacher. In my opinion, I think this picture this picture says it's very hard for the people who live in different generations can communicate and understand each other. Mostly our people who live in different generations have different hobbies and opinions. We can see that in this picture, they are elderly and the youth have the youth have a common demand, but but they have different way to get it. While the elderly read newspapers to get information, the youth are using smartphone. Yes.
Excellent. That's good. That's an interesting point about that we have common goals or common demands, but we achieve these things differently. Very good point. Thanks, Tuan. Lloyd?
Yes. After watching this photo, I think the situation in this photo happened not only in America. I think it happened around the world. People with different generation are refusing to talk to each other, and they just they have their own opinion, they have their own thoughts. So they refuse to communicate with someone who is older than them. So I think that.
Yeah, good. That's another good point. Good ideas, guys. That, yeah, it's not only this picture, but I think sometimes young people think the youth think that, oh, they are just old, they are elderly, and then the elderly think, oh, they are young, they don't know anything. So it's interesting. It is a problem, though. I agree. Hung, Hung.
Hung.
How do I
My
say
name is
your
Hung.
name? Hung.
Hung. Yeah. It's very difficult to spell my name.
It's difficult to say it because it doesn't look like it's like that. Hung. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I think that this picture say something true about the generation gap. I think that the elderly just prefers accessing the information through the traditional means of media, like a paper, newspaper, and they seems to more focus on the political news than the youth. The youth seem to access the information through the electronic devices, and they seems to focus on the news from the I think the from the news from not political news. I think.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
I think and one more thing is that I think mm, yes, it's true that the elderly may think that the youths don't understand anything, and they seems not to like not like they don't like to talk with the young people, and there's a gap, a vacuum gap between the two generations to prevent them from communicating with each other.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Tam?
Yes, I think this picture is quite interesting, and maybe it reflects the reality in developed country. The young generation and the elderly generation, the elder generations have different interests and different access to news. However, I think that in Vietnam, for my like example, for my parents or my brother's parent in-law, I see that they are very fond of electronic devices, even though they are quite old. So I think that maybe Vietnamese older people have flexibility in adapting to use new devices and more tolerant to the younger generation.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's just my idea.
Yes, good. Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, I mean, if I look at my own parents in Australia, they all use electronic devices, but probably not as much as younger people. And then, you know, I have a lot of friends here in Hoi An, and they are in their 60s, you know, in their 60s, 60s, 61, 62, and they use electronic devices as well. So, I mean, some people do, some people don't. My grandparents don't really. So it's interesting. It's really interesting. Well done, guys. Some great great ideas there. Please have a look at what I've written in the chat box, and please look up any new vocab. Okay, there are a few words in there that I know. Tam said tolerant. There's a word there. I wrote trivial. So a few words in there that you may not know. Please look them up, and we can keep building our vocabulary. Moving on now. Speaking of vocabulary, let's learn some new words here today. So the first thing I want you to do is listen and then repeat all the words. Choose a word to define, then make a sentence using that word. Okay, so first of all, I will read the words. Number 1, generation. Generation. Number two, elderly. Please remember it is an adjective. Grumpy. Grumpy. Narrow-minded. Narrow-minded. Stubborn. Stubborn. And conservative. Conservative. Some great words in here. Let's get started. I'm going to start with you, Hong.
Generation. Elderly. Grumpy. Narrow-minded. Stubborn. Conservative.
Conservative. Yep.
Conservative.
Good. And yep.
Yeah, I choose the word narrow-minded.
Good one. Yep.
Narrow-minded means someone who is often narrow her or his mind in understanding something.
Yeah, definitely. So someone who is sort of not willing to listen to other people's opinions or new ideas. They have their own idea, and that is what is correct in their mind.
Yes.
And your sentence?
Yeah. My boss is a narrow-minded guy.
That's not good. Thank you very much. Tuan?
Yes, teacher. Generation. Elderly. Grumpy. Narrow-minded. Stubborn. Conservative.
Yeah, conservative.
Conservative.
And just back to number 4, narrow-minded.
Narrow-minded.
Yes, good. Don't forget that last part, ED sounds. All right. And which word are you going to choose?
Yes, teacher. I choose number 1. Generation. And I think it means on the people who were born at about the same time.
Oh my gosh, yes. I can't spell people. Yes. So the people that are born all about the same time. Yeah. Yeah. In a like a certain time, isn't it? Like, yeah. And your sentence?
Yes, and my sentence is although we live in different generations, he is my good friend.
Excellent. So maybe we would say, although we are from different generations, or we were born in different generations.
Yes, teacher. Although we are in different generations, he is my good friend.
Yeah, I suppose we can say that, although we are in different generations. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, we could say that. Although we are in different generations, he is my good friend. Yeah, good. Thank you. Loy?
Yes.
Can you read the words for me?
Generation, elderly, grumpy, narrow-minded, stubborn, conservative.
Right. And your word?
Yeah, we choose the word number 6. It's in number 6. This is the adjective describe something like determined not to change. The word number 6 describes someone determined not to change their mind.
Yeah, not to change their mind and not to be that they don't want society to change. So determined not to change their hang on.
What's up?
Hang on. My chat box I couldn't finish what I was writing. Yes. So someone determined not to change their views, I suppose, about society, not, doesn't want social change, often also has traditional values. So I would say that Vietnam as a country is conservative with the traditional values
Yes.
and things like that. However, that is changing, in my opinion. That is changing. So that's
Yes.
kind of about conservative. Do you have a sentence for me, Lloyd?
Yes. My sentence is old people are always more conservative than young people.
Yep, absolutely. That is generally what happens. Definitely. Thanks, Lloyd. Tam?
Yes. Generation, elderly, grumpy, narrow-minded, stubborn, conservative.
And which word will you choose? Yep.
I will choose the word elderly. It means the old people.
It is. If you are elderly, you are old. Good. It's kind of a bit polite to say that. Old people, polite way of saying it. Yeah. Good. And your sentence?
Yeah, my sentence is, you should respect the elderly people.
Yeah, absolutely. Respect the elderly people. Good. All right, we have 2 more words and we have some time now. So very quickly, we will do pair work. Okay, student A will define the word and student B will make a sentence. Okay? So I'm going to start with you, Paul. Can you define one of these words, grumpy or stubborn?
I define the word grumpy. Grumpy means someone who behaves in a rude manner.
Definitely, yeah. Someone who behaves in a rude manner or is very has a bad temper. You know, a temper is where if you get angry very quickly. So if someone has a bad temper, they get angry very quickly. Tuan, can you make a sentence with grumpy?
Yes, teacher. My sentence is the elderly have a tendency to be grumpy with their son.
Yes, have a tendency to be grumpy with their son. S-O-N?
Yes, teacher.
Yep, good. Yeah, definitely they do. Thank you. Loy, do you know what stubborn means? Tam?
Yes.
Do you know? Tam, do you know what stubborn means?
Yeah. Stubborn means the character of very conservative or determined to do something and not willing to change.
Yeah, determined not to change their opinion, or also we use it to not to admit fault sometimes as well. So if somebody did something wrong, but they are a stubborn person, it means they will not say they are sorry. They'll not say they did something wrong. Yeah. Loy, are you with me? Okay then. Tam, can you make a sentence with stubborn?
Yeah. My sentence is, to be successful, you need to get rid of the stubborn characteristic.
Good. Yep. You need to get rid of the stubborn characteristics. Good. Thank you very much. Good. Some good words in here. I would say that these words here, conservative. What is going on? I don't know. Anyway, conservative is a good word. Stubborn. They're all great words today. Okay. Some of these might be a bit new. Please practice using them. They're very important. I need to refresh. 1 minute. Okay. So we have two examples here, one idiom and one phrase. The first one, bridge the gap, okay, which means to kind of make a connection where there's a great difference. So I suppose if you think about it, like if you actually have a gap in maybe over a river and they put a bridge over it, they bridge the gap. So it's similar in this way. In our example here, he promises to change the tax laws to bridge the gap between the rich and poor. Okay? Everybody always says that, and it never happens. But that is a good example. They want to make them closer together. It's all about bringing groups of people or something closer together. Okay? And our second one, to differ in something, okay, means that people have a difference between them. So we can differ. We can differ. Come on. Differ in opinions. Differ in ideas or beliefs. They are common ways that we use, but you can differ in anything. It's just about being different to another person or group, whatever. So let's try to make just one sentence using one of these today. I'm going to start with you, Tam.
Yes, I will choose the idiom bridge the gap. My sentence is, parents usually try to bridge the gap with their teenager children.
Yes, they do. Most of the time, unsuccessfully. Thank you, Tam. Loy, are you with me?
Yes.
Can you make a sentence?
We should. Yes. Uh, we should keep calm and bridge the gap with each other.
Okay, good. Try and bridge the gap. Good. Tuan?
Yes, teacher. My sentence is the elderly always differ in opinions with the youth.
Absolutely good. And Hung?
Yes, I choose the idiom bridge the gap. My sentence is my husband knows how to bridge the gap between me and his parents.
Great. That's a good one. Excellent. I hope it's true because that is a good husband. All right. Let's move on now to our grammar today. Okay. This has two main parts to it. Okay. Prevent and from. Okay. So our subject in this example is the generation gap. We need to remember our verb forms, of course. I prevent, it prevents with our S. Us, which is our somebody or something. Okay. And then our second part is from. Okay. From. And then we use our noun or our verb in. Okay. Talking and then to each other is also part of that section. So something stops us from being able to do something else. Okay? So that's what that is all about. For example, I might say something like the bad weather prevents or even prevented, if we want to say that, prevented the tourists from going to the beach. Okay? So we can talk about anything. It just means if we can't do it, we can use this sentence. So let's try to make one sentence each. Might start with Tuan.
Yes, teacher. My sentence is differing in opinions prevent us to. I'm sorry. I will try again. Differing in opinions prevents us to prevents us from understand each other.
Yes.
Understanding each other.
Yep. So we would say either differing opinions or a difference of opinions or different opinions. Lots of different ways that we can say it, and that prevents us from understanding each other. Oh, sorry. Different, yeah. Thanks, Tuan. Hung?
Yeah, my sentence is the newly installed door prevents us from being broken into by the theft.
Thieves. Yeah.
Thieves.
Thieves. Yeah. Good. Correct. Good. I'm happy. Sam?
Yes. My sentence is I prevent my skin from being sunburned by wearing the gloves.
Good. Yes. Excellent. Well done. I think foreigners need to wear more more cover up when we ride. Too dangerous to get in the sun. And Loy,
Yes. My parents had raised the fence to prevent chickens from getting out.
yeah, good. That's excellent. Really great. Well done. All right, guys. No problems with that structure, but it is a really good one. So if you can review this structure, that's great. It's a little bit more complex, this one. So rather than saying I can't do X because of Y, we are using something a little bit more advanced, yeah? Which is really the same thing, yeah? It's the same structure, but we're just being a bit more advanced. All right, let's move on now to our final part of the class, my favorite, conversation. Student A, you are 65 years old. You have a grandson who is 15 years old. Your grandson often refuses to listen to you. He doesn't enjoy spending time with you. Student B, you are student A's friend. You need to give student A some advice on how to deal with the generation gap in his or her family. So one person is the grandparent and student B is the friend of the grandparent, not the grandson. Okay? So Tam and Loy?
Yes. Hello, Lợi.
Hello, Tom. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. So I will be student A and you will be my friend, right?
Yes.
So let's start. Hi, I have a challenge to understand my grandson. He's 15 years old and he's very weird in action. I saw him to look at his smartphone all the time and I cannot find a way to talking with him. And even when I try very hard, he usually refuses to talking to me and I'm very upset about it. So what do you
Yes.
think?
How can I help you?
Yeah,
How can I help you?
I listen to you.
You listen to me what?
Can you give me some advice?
Yes. Actually, I don't have much experience to solve this problem, so I just heard. I just heard about this from some of my friends. So I will say something to you, so you can collect my opinion. After that, you can think about it carefully and find what the good way for you to deal with your grandson.
Okay.
First, I think you should keep calm, take time to discover what or to find what your grandson likes the most, and you should determine what is good for him and what is bad for him. As we've known that a lot of teenager at the moment on way of obsessed with social networking sites and some electric furniture like mobile phone. So we should tell them what is the good thing, what is the bad thing, and I think it's very hard to talk to people who is younger than us, and it take a long time. And I think we you should try to talking to him. Not only one time. If the first time you fail, you just try it again one more time. I think you should try to close to your grandson. A lot of things that he will like. You should pay him some price, such as you should make a promise. So actually, I don't have much experience in this field. This is my point.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw my grandson using some Facebook site or something. Do you think that I should learn how to use Facebook in order to communicate with him?
Yes, I think. Yeah, wait, this is bad way. If you should try to put yourself into this problem. After that, you will find what is the good way to deal with this problem. I think everything will have both sides. One is positive, one is negative. And I think Facebook also have a lot of benefits. Uh, you should try to use it to enjoy it.
Okay, thanks y'all for your advice. I will try to learn it.
You're welcome.
Nice. Thank you. Tuan and Hung.
Yes, teacher. Hello, huh?
Hello, Tuấn.
It's nice to meet you.
So,
And how
yeah,
are you
nice.
today?
I'm good, thank you. So what would you like to be, student A or student B?
Just you can choose first.
Okay, so I would like to be student B.
Yes. So I will be student A. Yes. And
Hi, Tuấn. I see that you're sad. You seems
Yes.
to be sad. Yeah. So what's wrong with you?
Yes. I get difficulties to communicate with my grandson, and he's a stubborn. He's stubborn person, and always try to refuse to listen to me. So it seems the youth of today prefer playing games and using smartphone rather than spending time talking with their parents and grandparents. So I don't know how to communicate more with my grandson. Could you give me some advice?
Yeah, I understand your difficulty, and because I ever faced with this. From my experience, I think that it's true. We have a gap between generations, because you
Yes.
know we are 65 years old, and your grandson is just 15. So you are 50 years older than him, and there are many things happened in the 50 years. So I think it's true. There is a big gap between us. So we have to learn how to bridge the gap. I think first you should be as close as much to your grandson. You should talk to him much more, and if he refuses to listen to you, I think you should try again in another chance. And furthermore, I think you should learn how to put yourself in his feet and understand his feelings, and why he behaves like that, and from that you and he can understand more each other. Do
Yes.
you find my advice useful for you?
Yes. I got your advice is very. I will try it.
Tell me
Yes.
some
Thank you for your advice.
reasons, some things to help me.
Yes.
Maybe
Thanks,
you
guys.
should,
Thank you.
maybe you
Yes,
should hear
some of
my
these
idea
sometimes
from
it's hard for both
helping you
people to
setting
talk,
up.
but well done, everybody. Really great. Our assessment. I don't have too much to say today because you guys really were really good. The thing we need to think about are our word forms. Okay, this is things like communicate versus communication, different versus differ. Okay, all those kinds of things that we should try to practice. One way that you can do it is to look at one group of words and then practice using each of those words in a sentence. Look, it's something that is common, not really that important in the scheme of speaking English, but it really pulls you up. So, for example, if I were to say communication is very important, okay, we can't say communicate is very important. Okay, it's the noun. That is the noun. So it's just about practicing some of these different word forms. Yeah. So moving on now to our wrap up. We had our vocabulary related to the generation gap, our idiom and our phrase, our structure using prevent somebody or something from, and our discussion at the end. Please take note of what you need to improve, and as always, please do your recommendation. Gerunds and infinitives always important when we are speaking. Any questions for me?
No,
No,
thanks.
Sorry, thanks.
Right.
Thank
Thanks,
you, teacher.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, teacher. Have a nice day.
Good day. See you. Bye-bye. Bye, Cook.
Thanks, bye.